We all have moments when we know deep down that we are capable of achieving more, yet something holds us back. It could be fear, doubt, distractions, or even just comfort in the familiar. Recognizing these obstacles is the first step toward breaking through them. In this article, we will explore 10 common reasons why people stop themselves from reaching their full potential and how understanding them can help you take meaningful action. Here are the 10 points that might be stopping you from doing more. 1. Fear of failure. One of the biggest obstacles that holds people back from achieving their true potential is the fear of failure. This fear can be deeply ingrained and can manifest in many ways, such as overthinking decisions, avoiding new opportunities, or hesitating to take risks. Even when someone knows they are capable of succeeding, the thought of making mistakes or falling short can be paralyzing. Fear of failure often stems from worrying about judgment, losing face, or disappointing oneself and others. The problem is that this fear creates a mental barrier that keeps people stuck in their comfort zones, preventing them from exploring new paths, learning from experiences, or discovering their full abilities. Overcoming this fear requires a mindset shift, understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but a vital part of growth and learning. Each setback is an opportunity to gain knowledge, build resilience, and move closer to achieving bigger goals. By confronting fear head-on and embracing the possibility of mistakes as a stepping stone rather than a threat, individuals can unlock their potential and achieve far more than they ever imagined. 2. Lack of self-confidence. One of the most common reasons people fail to reach their full potential is a lack of self-confidence. Even when someone possesses the necessary talent, skills, or knowledge, doubting themselves can prevent them from taking meaningful steps toward bigger goals. This self-doubt often comes from comparing oneself to others, past failures, or the fear of not being good enough. When confidence is low, even simple decisions or small opportunities can feel overwhelming, leading to hesitation, procrastination, or complete inaction. Over time, this lack of belief in oneself can create a cycle where potential remains untapped and goals stay out of reach. Building self-confidence requires conscious effort, recognizing your strengths, celebrating small achievements, and challenging negative self-talk. It also means stepping into situations that feel uncomfortable, taking risks despite uncertainty, and proving to yourself repeatedly that you are capable. With consistent practice, self-confidence grows, empowering you to pursue bigger challenges, take initiative, and unlock opportunities that might have once felt impossible. 3. Procrastination. Procrastination is one of the most subtle yet powerful barriers that prevents people from reaching their full potential. It often disguises itself as waiting for the right moment or "I'll do it later," but in reality, it creates unnecessary delays that keep goals just out of reach. Even when someone has the skills, knowledge, and motivation to succeed, putting off tasks leads to lost opportunities, mounting stress, and a growing sense of frustration. Procrastination can stem from fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, or fear of the effort required, but it can also result from poor planning, lack of focus, or simply being distracted by more enjoyable activities. Over time, chronic procrastination builds a habit of inaction, making people feel stuck and powerless despite knowing they are capable of more. The way to overcome procrastination is through small, consistent actions, breaking tasks into manageable steps, setting clear deadlines, and holding oneself accountable. By confronting procrastination directly and replacing delay with deliberate action, individuals can reclaim their time, build momentum, and steadily move closer to achieving their true potential. 4. Perfectionism. Perfectionism can often disguise itself as dedication or high standards, but in reality, it is a barrier that keeps people from taking meaningful action. Many individuals delay starting a project, sharing an idea, or pursuing a goal because they are waiting for the perfect moment or striving to do everything flawlessly. This desire for perfection can create unnecessary stress, self-criticism, and even paralysis, making it difficult to move forward. The truth is that perfection is rarely achievable, and waiting for it can result in missed opportunities and stagnation. Perfectionists often focus on potential mistakes or imperfections rather than progress, which prevents them from experimenting, learning, and growing. To overcome perfectionism, it's important to shift the mindset from achieving flawlessness to valuing progress and effort. Accepting that mistakes are part of the journey and that small steps forward are more productive than waiting for the ideal conditions can help individuals take consistent action. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you open the door to creativity, growth, and the ability to accomplish more than you ever imagined. 5. Fear of judgment. One of the most subtle yet powerful barriers to personal growth is the fear of what others might think. Unlike more obvious obstacles such as lack of resources or skills, the fear of judgment operates quietly in the background, shaping decisions and limiting actions without most people even realizing it. It can influence the smallest choices, like hesitating to share an idea in a meeting, or the biggest ones, like avoiding a career change or pursuing a lifelong dream. When people worry about being criticized, misunderstood, or judged, they often hold back their ideas, ambitions, and creative expression, even when they know deep down that they are fully capable of more. This fear often originates from past experiences, such as negative feedback, rejection, or ridicule, which become internalized and carry forward into new situations. Social pressures, cultural expectations, or a strong desire to fit in can amplify these feelings, creating an invisible cage that keeps people confined to safe, predictable behaviors. 6. Comfort zone mentality. One of the biggest obstacles to personal growth is the tendency to stay within our comfort zones. Familiar routines, habits, and environments feel safe, predictable, and easy, which is why many people unconsciously stick to them, even when doing so limits opportunities for growth, learning, and achievement. While comfort zones provide a sense of security, they also keep us from challenging ourselves, taking risks, and discovering what we are truly capable of. Growth rarely happens without stepping into uncertainty, facing new challenges, and pushing past the boundaries of what feels comfortable. Staying in a comfort zone can lead to stagnation, missed opportunities, and a persistent feeling that something more could be achieved, but isn't. Breaking free from this mentality requires courage, curiosity, and a willingness to take small steps outside of familiar patterns. By gradually embracing discomfort, trying new experiences, and challenging self-imposed limitations, individuals can expand their horizons, build resilience, and unlock potential that has long been waiting to be realized. Growth is rarely easy, but it always begins the moment you step out of your comfort zone. 7. Lack of clear goals. One of the most common reasons people fail to reach their potential is the absence of clear, well-defined goals. Without a sense of direction or purpose, it's easy to drift through daily life, reacting to circumstances rather than proactively shaping your future. Even talented and capable individuals can underperform if they don't know exactly what they are working toward. Lack of clarity leads to wasted time. Clear goals act like a roadmap, giving focus, motivation, and a sense of progress. They help prioritize actions, make decisions easier, and provide measurable milestones that encourage persistence and growth. To overcome this barrier, it's essential to set specific, realistic, and actionable goals while keeping the bigger picture in mind. Breaking large objectives into smaller steps not only makes them more achievable, but also builds momentum and confidence along the way. When you have a clear target, every action you take has purpose, and you move steadily toward achieving more than you might have imagined possible. 8. Negative self-talk. One of the most damaging barriers to personal growth and achievement is the habit of negative self-talk. This internal dialogue, often critical and self-deprecating, can convince you that you are not capable, not deserving, or not ready to pursue bigger goals. Even when you have the skills, knowledge, and potential to succeed, constant self-criticism can drain motivation, create self-doubt, and prevent you from taking action. Negative self-talk can take many forms, such as downplaying your accomplishments, exaggerating your mistakes, or comparing yourself unfairly to others. Over time, this mental pattern reinforces limiting beliefs and sabotages your confidence, making it increasingly difficult to reach your full potential. 9. Overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed is a common barrier that prevents people from performing at their best and reaching their full potential. When responsibilities, tasks, and commitments pile up, it can be difficult to know where to start, leading to mental fatigue, stress, and even inaction. Overwhelm often makes people focus on minor, urgent tasks while neglecting what truly matters, such as long-term goals, personal growth, or creative projects. This constant state of busyness can create a cycle of frustration and self-doubt, making it harder to take meaningful steps forward. To overcome overwhelm, it's important to prioritize tasks, break larger projects into manageable steps, and learn to delegate or say no when necessary. Developing effective time management, setting boundaries, and taking intentional breaks can also help clear mental clutter and restore focus. By addressing overwhelm thoughtfully, individuals can regain clarity, reduce stress, and redirect energy toward what really drives progress, enabling them to achieve more without feeling constantly burdened. 10. Waiting for permission. Many people unknowingly limit themselves by waiting for approval, validation, or permission from others before taking action. This tendency can show up in everyday situations, such as waiting for a boss's green light, seeking a mentor's advice, or even needing friends' agreement before pursuing a personal or professional goal. While seeking guidance can be helpful, relying too heavily on external permission creates a dependency that can slow or completely stall progress. Even when you have the skills, knowledge, and confidence to move forward independently, waiting for someone else to authorize your actions can leave opportunities untapped and potential unfulfilled. This habit often stems from deeper fears, fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes, or a lack of confidence in your own abilities. Sometimes it comes from the belief that someone else's opinion defines your worth or validates your decisions. Overcoming this barrier requires a shift in mindset. It begins with recognizing that you are fully capable of initiating change and that taking calculated risks is a natural, necessary part of growth. It requires trusting your own judgment, taking responsibility for your decisions, and moving forward even without external approval. Acting independently builds confidence, resilience, and momentum, while also demonstrating to others, and most importantly, to yourself, that you can lead your own path. True empowerment comes from embracing initiative, understanding that your success is not dependent on permission, and cultivating the courage to take the first step. By acting decisively, you free yourself from waiting, open doors to new opportunities,